Hi to all Gunners fans around the world. Hi to all football enthusiasts around the world. You are welcome to another edition of the Arsenal Alchemy. Today we have some bumper packages for you. We are excited at the moment. We've gotten our star man, we've gotten our star striker, our marquee signing, in Victor Gyökeres. Yesterday, he was officially unveiled as an Arsenal player. He is officially an Arsenal striker. He did his medicals, he did his photo shoots yesterday. And like I said earlier, he is a gunner now. I am very, very, very excited. It wasn't easy getting this guy, with all the saga, with all the, misunderstanding with Sporting. We finally got our man. And yesterday he was interviewed. He said some really, really nice and positive things. And I noticed this guy, he's not just a brilliant player. He's a very, very, very smart guy from the way he answered questions. I was very impressed with him, So, yeah, and the good news, another thing is he will wear the number 14 jersey. If you've been an Arsenal fan for a long time, you will know the 14 jersey is an iconic jersey worn by an iconic player in Thierry Henry. He wore that jersey for about 8-9 years. He was in Arsenal. He made that jersey revered. He made that jersey popular. Afterwards, I think Theo Walcott wore it after then. Theo Walcott was a decent servant for us. He banked in a lot of goals and assists. No issues with that. Then the last person to wear it was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, whom was a great servant to us as well, but we parted ways with him in the most unfortunate circumstance. And yeah, we've gotten our star man, and he has reiterated his desire to score goals, to help the team win, to not just to win games, but to eventually win trophies, which is what we want. He said his desire to score and win more trophies with Arsenal is even more now. This is the kind of thing we want to hear. This is the kind of rhetorics we want to hear from our star man. And watching the guy, you can see the determination in his eyes. You can see this guy is raring to go. He also said he regretted not making the preseason tour with the boys earlier. He said he wished he was with the guys already. He wished he could have linked up with the boys already. And but it's okay. He can still do it. I think the target now is for him to make the Hong Kong game against Tottenham Hotspur. I think it's on the 31st of this month. I think it's in a few days' time. So if he can make that, that would be fantastic. So Victor Gyökeres, you are so welcome to Arsenal. People have doubted. People have been kind of questioning what kind of impact you would have in Arsenal. I have always stated that, look, I have no problem with the impact this guy is going to have from what I've watched about him, from the way he plays, from the way he carries the ball. I have no doubt this guy will be a massive hit for Arsenal. I have no doubt this guy will score goals. I have no doubt this guy will create goals. I have no doubt that this guy will win us the EPL. I have no doubt, except if something happens like some freakish long-term injury. This guy stays fit. This guy is going to win us the EPL. I don't care what people say. Oh, he came from a farmers league in the Portuguese league. I can name some super players that came from the Portuguese league and set the EPL alight. It's not it. The Portuguese league is not even. It's not a weak league. It's a good league. It's not just as strong as some of the high level leagues, but it's not a bad league. Porto has won the Champions League a couple of times. Porto, Sporting, Benfica, they've produced some of the world best players in football history over time. So you can't say it's a bad league. You cannot say it's a bad league, So, like I said, this guy is so welcome. We're so happy to have you. And I have no doubt, like I said, you will be the next star of the Premier League. Now, the second most important issue is the preseason friendly we just had. In fact, I just finished watching it, and Arsenal won by 3-2 against Newcastle United. Now, this is a Newcastle team that traveled without Alexander Isak, and but they traveled with their newly acquired winger in Anthony Elanga, whom actually opened the scoring for Newcastle. He scored today. Brilliant player. He was a good buy. He is a good buy for Newcastle, and he is going to really, really improve them, like we saw today. Now, for this game, I wasn't overly impressed, especially with our defense and our goalkeeper, David Raya. It seems like he is, kind of resting on his laurel. He's kind of feeling, oh, the number one shirt is mine. He shouldn't be too comfortable, because the 2 goals he conceded today, maybe the first one, I shouldn't be too hard on him. It was well placed. But the second goal, he should be saving that. He should be saving that. This is not the first time we see him conceding very cheap goals on his near side of the post. We saw the game against Fulham last season. We saw the game against Brentford last season on Bomo. Those were the kind of similar goals he conceded. And to me, they were cheap goals. A good goalkeeper, a top goalkeeper should be saving those. And today's goal, the one he conceded from Jacob Murphy's shot from, I think, about 30, 35 yards, there wasn't so much power to the shot, but it still beat him. And again, it's that near post. I wasn't impressed with it. In the first half, I thought Miles Lewis Kelly, the first 10-15 minutes, I thought he was all over the place. He didn't really impress me. His positioning was really, really bad in the first 15 minutes, but he adjusted and it became better as the game went on. So as the game went on, we scored 2 goals. One from Mikel Merino, assisted by Kai Havertz, and the second one, a cross from Kai Havertz, and a Newcastle player kicked it in for an own goal, and that makes me think that, look, maybe at this point, Mikel Merino is filing a case to be our backup striker, because I watched Kai Havertz today. As much as I love Kai Havertz, it's still the same old bullshit. It's still the same old missing chances, not testing the keeper enough. There was a very, very nice cross in which Kai Havertz, from Merino to Kai Havertz this time, and Kai Havertz, the way he headed the ball, he didn't attack it, It went over, and it was very lazy to me. It was very lazy, and it got me really worried. Kai Havertz shouldn't even be our backup striker. That is how I'm feeling at the moment. I know he's match rusty and all, but he shouldn't even be our backup striker. Mikel Merino is making a very good case to being our backup striker. You saw the way he took his goal, coolly slotted it in, took an angle. It was a clean finish. Keeper had no chance. It was a very good placement. That was a striker's goal, actually. So, like I said, maybe this is something Mikel Arteta should consider, because Kai Havertz, look, as much as I love him, he can offer some other things to the team, but not our main striker, not even a backup striker. Now for the game, we started, it was the same old thing, huffing and puffing, playing to the sides without no punch. Bukayo Saka did his thing. He was okay. We started Leonardo Trossard on the other side. He did his thing too. But there was no cutting edge. There was really no impressive build-up play. Apart from the goal that came, and it came out of nothing, really. Then the own goal came out of nothing too. So the first half, I wasn't very, very impressed. Even though we took the lead, it's still the same old thing. We should be shooting accurately. We've been training for how many weeks now? We should be shooting accurately. We should be testing goalkeepers. We should be at the forefront. We should be more aggressive. I know it is a friendly, but this tactics, this mindset should be embedded in the heads of these players, even at this early stage, even in preseason, so that when they go into the season, no telling you what to do, you're going head on for wins. Now, individually, Calafiori did well, though he picked up a knock. Let's hope it's a knock. He picked up a knock, and he didn't feel he should continue. Jakub Kiwior came in for him and did really well. Now, for our star boy, Max Daumann, my goodness, this kid is out of this world. I've never seen anything like this before. 15 years old. 15 years old, he was, you guys know the Newcastle midfielder, Joelinton, the big burly Brazilian. Max Daumann was, roughing Joelinton up, dribbling him back and forth, till he even considered a penalty. Did you see the build-up move to the penalty? The way he took the defender out? And this guy even has a burst of pace. He was our best player in the second half. In fact, in the whole game, he was our best player. And he played for about 25 minutes. This boy is a gem. He is even making a case to be a starter. I swear to God, this guy, Nwaneri is a good player, but Nwaneri's technical level is not as good as Max Daumann's. This boy is something else. I'm telling you, I need to do a special program for this boy, because I cannot give him enough accolades on this show. This boy is special. He caused the penalty, which Martin Odegaard duly slotted in to give us the win at 3-2. Another player I'd like to talk about really quick is Martin Zubimendi. Zubimendi, I have seen what I want to see about him. I am impressed with this guy. I love this guy already. I love how he played today. He was one of the few positives in the first half. He distributed, he tackled, he made the midfield tick. He was looking for those incisive through passes. I was really, really impressed. When we got this guy, we were worried. Is he going to be as good as Thomas Partey was? I think he's going to be as good as Thomas Partey was. Don't forget his press resistance too. You can't take the ball off this guy. This guy, I had a very, very satisfied viewing of Martin Zubimendi, and I hope he can even get better, in which I know he will get better. Martin Zubimendi was our star midfielder in that first half today. You know, so like I said, we won that game 3-2 eventually, but I didn't like our start. I still feel that we still need that cutting edge in attack. Hence why, look, right now, Victor Gyökeres is so imminent for us. He is someone that, you know, it even makes his acquisition for us even more crucial, because this guy is needed to, you know, all these chances, we hit over the bar, we hit directly to the keeper. This guy will take it out. This guy is going to score them, you know. Let's hope that is how it's going to be. Now, another issue is, what do you guys think? I mean, this is a topic for another day. Will there be another goalkeeper conundrum in Arsenal this season? Do you guys think that? Because I think even from towards the end of last season, I thought David Raya, you know, dropped a little bit last season. We considered some cheap goals, which were his faults. His playing from the back wasn't very impressive at the point. He gave balls away. Do you think Kepa Arrizabalaga is going to give him a run for his money? I think so. I think there could be another goalkeeper saga this season as well. That is something we should look out for. Now, for other news, yesterday Liverpool lost to AC Milan by 4-2. Now, this is the same AC Milan we won 1-0 and we completely dominated. While Liverpool dominated in the first half a lot, you know, I still think there's one fundamental flaw I noticed, and which was their defense. Their defense was very, very porous yesterday. And I don't know if this is how they're going to go into the season, but it was. And this is not even a very impressive Milan side. To score 4 goals, you know, that should worry the coach, you know, to score 4 goals. You know, maybe they shouldn't worry about buying attackers. Maybe they should buy 1 or 2 defenders as well, you know. And another thing is, the new keeper they got, was it really smart to have sold Kelleher? It's not looking like it's really smart, because this new keeper they got now, he's looking like a basket. So I don't know, man. Liverpool, you got to move with caution. Manchester United won West Ham by 2-1. A good double from Bruno Fernandes. Who else? He's the only one that scores for them. And of course, there was a penalty in it. But good win. A very decent West Ham side. You know, good win for them. In another friendly, Everton lost to Bournemouth by 3-0. Sorry. Everton lost that game, and it was a second half Everton collapse. All 3 goals came in the second half. Not a very good start for Everton, whom, you know, they're going to move to a new stadium. It wouldn't be nice moving to a new stadium, then getting relegated. Now, we move on to other news, and the big news, the big saga of the week, the previous week, was the saga about Alexander Isak. Is he going to move this season? Is he going to move to Liverpool? Can Liverpool really buy this guy for about upward of 130, 150 million pounds? And where will be their standing in the FFP regulation if they buy this guy? Excuse me. Where will be their standing? Because at this point, they would have spent over 400 and something million pounds on players. Where will be their standing in FFP? They're still going to pay salaries. They're still going to pay staffs. You know, that is something they need to look into. But personally, I don't think he might be leaving. I think he will give them one more season in Newcastle. I think he's still going to stay one more season, you know, and they probably will increase his wages just to tie him down and probably sell him next summer. I don't think he's going to move to Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool can afford to buy this. I think the Hugo Ekitike purchase by Liverpool will stop this deal from happening. I don't think they can have both of them. I don't think they can have both of them. Not unless if they can sell Nuno, if they can sell Nunes and Luis Diaz, if they can sell them for very good amount, they probably would go for him. But as it is now, I don't think Liverpool is in a standing to buy them. But we'll see how that goes. The next transfer news is still on Eberechi Eze. There's really not much to report on that, other than Arsenal is considering making Reece Nelson a part of the deal to like make weight for Eberechi Eze, for the deal to happen. We heard Crystal Palace is not budging on the 68 million release clause. They want it paid, you know, even though it's going to be an installment. They want that valuation to be met. So that might be an issue for Arsenal to meet up that, because we have really defied a lot. We've spent a lot already. And yeah, so I heard we want to introduce Reece Nelson into the deal, and hopefully that happens. Now, the next bit of big news is still an Arsenal news, and that is Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal is said to consider selling Gabriel Jesus, you know, and there's been a host of Brazilian clubs, you know, lining up to get him. But the most prominent club is Flamingos of Brazil, and they want to pick him up on a season-long loan. And I understand the player himself, Gabriel Jesus, is open to the move. I don't know how this is going to happen, because this guy is still recovering from ACL injury he had last season. He hasn't recovered from that. So, but I heard that there'll be a split of his salary. Arsenal pays half, and Flamingos will pay half of it. I think it's a very good move for him. As much as I love Gabriel Jesus, the injuries and the setbacks are too much. It's too much for any club. He's the second highest earner in our club. And, Gabriel Jesus has been with us for about 3 years plus, and he scored just 26 goals. That is underwhelming. That is poor. And I just hope something gets resolved as soon as possible. So that will be all for today, viewers, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, please do like, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And that will be all for now. Until next time, it's goodbye.